What's good, Taurus? You can have Gemini in your chart, or something to do with music could be significant. You could be trying to come up with some type of beats or something, or some shit like that. Anyways, was good. You don't have to be a Taurus sun sign for the messages. Um, you could have Taurus wherever in your chart, doesn't matter. This is a general reading, so it's not going to resonate with all of you Tauruses. My bad. It was not going to resonate with all people, period. So use your discernment throughout the reading. Also, you can be the villain in your reading. You can be the perpetrator. You can be the person stirring up the shit, causing shit. Is the problem? I don't know. I'm just saying. So, let's go ahead and get into it. See what's good with your Taurus. So you or somebody can be in a bind. You may also be strapped up in something tight for somebody else's. Now this could be different things. Some of you guys is some BDSM shit. Some of you guys, this is like something that you're wearing. You're like in that. It's like you're sucked all up in that shit. What I mean by that is like the shit's fitting, fitting quite tight. It is what it is. It doesn't mean it's like, it could be either because you're like gaining too much weight, I don't know if you're pregnant, or this is a situation where you're just like, it's snatched. Maybe you want it like that, maybe it's supposed to be like that, or this somebody else. And then some of you guys, this is like somebody's getting submitted or admitted or something like that. This could be like some type of straitjacket type of ordeal, or somebody's gothic. Okay. Which is fine. All that is like, it is what it is. But yeah, I feel like something about against your own will. Now, some of you guys are forcing yourself into something like I don't know, a dress, something that's tight. I'm not saying that it's not gonna fit or it doesn't, whatever. But some of you guys are trying to fit into something. I don't know if you gained weight or what. I don't know if it matters. Maybe that's what you want, or you want it to fit a particular type of way. This could be some type of corset thing as well. Somebody can also be getting married, but I'm getting I'm getting the scene off of Legally Blonde when girl was like, "I'm getting married again." She was jumping up and then she fucking fell. I don't know what that's about, but some of you guys are gonna be getting married and you're excited about that, or somebody proposes or something like that. So you can be trying on gowns or something. That's for somebody. I don't know. Everybody got different things going on right about now. People get married, divorced, losing shit. It's just, who knows. Or somebody could just try to see if you're a good fit for something. Like trying to fit you into something. This can be a schedule. Maybe you are like, you're pressed for time, whatever. Somebody's like, I gotta get you in, or I want to fit you in, or something like that. Or this is the only time I can get you in or fit you in, or whatever. Okay, some of you guys really want a house or a relationship or something like that with a Gemini, or you're a Cusper or Virgo, or this is something to do with like, you have that in your Mercury. Maybe you're Taurus and Mercury. So talk is cheap, literally. Some of you guys could, you could be having like a higher, some type of communication with somebody is on some real intellectual shit. Like you're having like a highly intelligent conversation with either a mother, or a logical conversation, something where it's like you guys are either getting over something, getting through something. It's like something's water under the bridge. Maybe it could be you and somebody could be moving to calmer waters with a situation with each other. This can be a mother figure, water sign. Excuse me, but you guys are like possibly like leveling the playing field, because it could definitely been a situation where motherfuckers was like on some Five of Swords shit with each other, one up into one another. Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. Um, watch me use what I have to take everything of yours away because I can, or somebody was just being really like a bully or some shit, or trying to intimidate you or something, or somebody else. It doesn't matter. But yeah, that's a thing for somebody here. Anyways, you can also be offering a something solid to a king of pentacles, but they seem to be looking at their own pinnacle right now. I don't know what their deal is, but this could be you, where somebody's offering you something where they feel like you have the potential to take this pinnacle and do major, massive things with it, and either you accept it or you don't. It could be anything of that nature. Yeah, this could have something to do with some type of creative thing, maybe some type of like, maybe you're like something to do with clothes, nails, whatever. Somebody's like, just do whatever you want, freestyle, etc., etc. This somebody can be a tailor, or they do something where they create things. Somebody's like, I want you to create this for me, that for me, whatever. And somebody's coming to you. Could be a Leo or something like that, wanting you to create something for them, and they're paying you with this Page of Pentacles. They're paying you something. This is like less than $100. I don't know what this is about, man. This could be nails or something, or something where it requires like. This could also be like, those little things, like those little shorts, not even necessarily short, when people are like, make me a gourmet meal, or a Michelin or a 5-star meal with just $20 or some shit like that. I don't know why I'm getting that. This can also be like a chopped cheese, or what's that shit, the Aki way. I don't know. Somebody's coming to you with like, hey, I want this the Aki way or whatever, and you're just like, sure. But somebody could be coming to you with like a opposition, or if you can turn this into something like magnificent. It seems like challenges it may be accepted. I don't know, because somebody's looking at this pinnacle they already have, like, maybe not. So somebody can be paying you for your services, or vice versa, whatever that is, whatever the service is. They may not have much, or maybe it doesn't cost much for whatever this service is. There's different things going on here. Let's see what we got. What else we got? I didn't mean to keep doing that. Or maybe you only have, this can also be you that don't have much to offer, but you're just like, what can you do with this? This could be like a credit score. This could be like, the money you had saved up for something. It could be anything. Anything where it's considered of value in your eyes, or of some value or something like that. And this can also be somebody taking some money to a jeweler. Like, how much can I get for this, whatever this is, this coin, this ring, this diamond, whatever this is. Somebody may purchase like storage lockers that were left behind, or I don't know, or somebody just watches Storage Wars. Anyways, let's. Matter of fact, I gotta put these on the side because I didn't. Well, I'll just read them. I didn't ask. So we have, let's see. We got the Ace of Swords here, the Four of Swords, the Five of Swords. Okay. I feel like this is the same thing that you may need to be careful about. Try not to cut corners, whatever this is, because there's a blueprint here. Like I said, somebody's coming to somebody with this offer, like, hey, what can you do with this blueprint? What can you do with this pinnacle, this Page of Pentacles? This could be somebody coming to you, like I said, and they're like, what can I? So this could be a situation where somebody don't have much, and somebody's like, well, this is what we can do. You may not have much, but I can. They'll work with you, or you'll work with them, or something like that. But yeah, there's like no cutting corners and shit. But somebody maybe you're giving somebody instructions on how to do something, even though like you can't give them the full like whatever, because they don't have enough to get the full whatever from you. I don't know what this is. But this is a starting point though. So somebody's coming to you with a page and you're just like, okay, maybe I'll push you in, but you still owe me, for the rest of this, or, you know, I still gotta get, it still costs this, so whatever. Anyways, oh, this is you bring, like I said, you taking something to somebody and like, what can you do with this? It could be anything. And somebody's like, okay, let's see what we can do. So this can definitely be like it requires careful planning, whatever it is, because you do not want to cut corners to whatever this particular thing is, or somebody don't want to cut corners when it comes to this specific thing. What is this blueprint about? It looks like some type of structure, some building. So that's serious. I always thought that was interesting, like blueprints, like especially if somebody done it by hand, but or whatever, made it up. I don't know if anybody ever remember that class. I don't remember the name of this class. I want to say it was like uh shop maybe, but it was like the other side of shop. Whenever we get, it's like we're doing like graphic design, so to speak, almost. You like when you see them, like, when you go on like uh you go on like websites for like condos, or websites for like apartments and shit, and they show you like the plan, like the what is it called? Not necessarily a blueprint, but the floor plan, and they have it looking a certain way. It's not real, but they have it like where they have the bed here and everything. You see everything and how it pans out. It was shit like that, and I want to say it was part of shop, but it might have been called something else. That's back in my day, which is, it was at least it was like 15 plus years ago or so. But high school or whatever. But it's like, or longer than that actually. However, I forgot the name of what it's called. I want to say it was some type of graphic designing or something like that we were doing, because we was making all these different things and these models of like uh, how something was supposed to be like set up or whatever, so that you can have this blueprint and take it to somebody and they create it pretty much. So this is kind of what I'm getting here. So you can be getting the runarounds, especially with all these keys. Is like which one could it be? Like you get all these runarounds about go here, go there. So this is you taking the long road, meaning you're not cutting corners. Some of you guys are not. This is thank you. You or whoever are not cutting corners, which is a good thing. I feel like it's a really good thing. No cutting corners. This is like if you're getting your hair done, or if you're getting your nails done, you get your makeup done. You don't want to go. This is no half-assing. This is like the full Monty. You go on there. You go into somebody who has patience. You go into somebody who takes their time, who use quality this, quality that, or you bring in quality this, quality that for something to be done correctly. Whatever the case may be, that's definitely here. So you're using tact, that's good. Flexibility is here, cool. So patience is definitely needed in a situation. I feel like you can explore your options. Just know that cutting corners can result into some other shit. And the Five of Swords is here. I mean, it can be here if you want. So this is like you kind of maneuvering it a certain way, or pretending like you know what you're doing or know where you're going, or somebody else is pretending like they know what they're doing, going, saying whatever. And the fact that somebody cuts corners kind of fucks up the whole plan. It kind of like throws the whole vision off. Now, I don't know how deep that goes. We also have I don't know why I don't know why I feel like this is Pentacles as well. Yeah, because it is. For me, this is going to be Pentacles. So we got Eight of Pentacles here. This is not tarot decks, not necessarily. But I'm going based off of what I'm seeing here, because it's different things here. Some of you guys are coming, this is different situations too. I don't think this has anything to do with this over here. You can't see it, but I do. Anyways, you got the Eight of Pentacles here, Two of Pentacles is here, Ten of Pentacles is here, Seven of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles again in a different aspect. I'll let you know how that goes. And Nine of Pentacles is here already, and that's just these two cards. And then you also got the Four of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles. all these pentacles, especially with the King of Pentacles, and which is you, that's your card, and the Page of Pentacles, this tells me this is all about like when it's regarding your money, because Virgo just had your money or somebody else's, but Virgo just had that too, where it involves money. So if it's this Page of Pentacles shit where there's heavy potential here, somebody has like something that they can offer, whatever that means, or something that you can offer something to somebody. I feel like you kind of, especially when it comes to finding a way or trying to choose what's best for you. This could be you juggling ideas back and forth, pros and cons to a situation. You could also be like working hard. This could be you that's putting in the work and working on something that somebody brings something to you like, here, what can you do with this? And you're the one that's putting in the work. You may have multiple different jobs that you're doing as well. It's like you're doing this and you're doing that. It's like you're juggling. So it's a lot that you have on your plate on top of that, or somebody else, whomever. But I feel like this could be for family, but this is definitely for, this is so that something comes out solid. This is so that something comes out solid. And it's going to be worth a lot. I don't know what the fuck that's about. Something with investments. And then some of you got like cutting corners. This is the reason why I said you don't want to cut corners, especially when you already have the swords here. And if a Five of Swords is showing up and that's the highest sword that they have, that's not something that you want to be fucking cutting corners with. Because that's when, that's like using, it's like using, it's like something instant versus something that takes a while. This is like instant gratification and shit like that, because you cut corners to get there instead of taking your time or doing this and doing that, doing the right thing and then getting to the finish line as well. I would rather get to the finish line knowing that I was doing it as authentically as possible, or as genuine or whatever as possible, than doing it knowing that I lied, I cheated, I cut corners, I tripped that person up, I stepped on that person's neck just to say that I did it, just to say that I got something, I got somewhere. It's like somebody have to be the first person to get something before everybody else get it, but they stepping on each other, they stepping on other people, climbing on other people, pushing other people out the way just to do so. It's like shit like that, if you understand where I'm coming from. And now we got the Seven of Pentacles again with the Two of Pentacles. In this situation, is a different card. I feel like this is about this is about the opportunities, but having so many opportunities that it's like, in access to these opportunities, what do you choose? The pros and cons, yet again, back to the drawing board. Do I take this opportunity or that opportunity? Like, in any aspect. Some of you guys, it's a lot to do with investment. And I don't know what it is. It's something to do with what would you rather invest in? Say you got a lot of people coming to you for something, but a couple of them stand out because to you, you feel like it makes a lot more sense, or there's more potential in whatever that is that person's coming to you with, or whatever that idea is, or whatever, you know. But yeah, this is you also having the power to kind of like do what the fuck you want to do. You don't have to accept something, you don't have to do something if you don't want to do it, pretty much. And then we also have the Nine of Pentacles with this as well. Again, you can do what you want because it's your life. You know, you work for yourself. This is your own thing. You don't answer to nobody, whatever the case may be. This is a single, one single key on the ring. But even though it's like, what, 5 of them here? Different shapes, sizes, whatever. It's only to end up, for you to end up with one in the end. The key that unlocks the big door. But yeah, it has something to do with you kind of being an individual and choosing, not letting people choose for you, not letting people persuade you or whatever, but in trying to get you to sell what is called when people are like the people who are like car dealership people, like, you know, salesmen and shit. It is not for people to come to you and try to sell you something or try to get you trying to pitch something to you so that you choose them. Is you kind of like looking at things, taking it all in, and choosing something because you came up with the idea or the came up to a conclusion about X, Y, or Z. Like this was your choice. It's not like you had three people in your ear telling you, "Nah, you want to go to that one. You want to go to that. You want to go that direction, Taurus." And you already was feeling kind of iffy about that direction. You're like, I don't know. Or somebody's like, you should you could bypass all that and do this. You're like, nah, but that leads me to that shows other people that I'm showing up not authentically myself because I'm doing it in a Five of Swords type way where I'm not being real, or I'm not being honest, or I'm forcing my way through something, or I'm forcing something on people, or whatever the case may be. And it can be situations like that as well. So that can be a reason why you're kind of like it's best for you to come up with your own conclusion or your own solution to something, or you to choose something. Is coming from you. It's not coming from Johnny from up the street, or Kevin from down the block, or Missy from next door, or your sister or your cousin, your next door neighbor, or whatever. It's because Taurus said that Taurus wanted to do this, or Taurus just wants to do this, period. Or Taurus chooses this person, chooses that person, choose whatever this is. And then we also have the Four of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and then the Five of Pentacles. Because cutting corners, you can also feel like something's missing. That's another five. And that's Taurus and Mercury. I did say that as well. Somebody may have Taurus and Mercury, but this could also be where cutting corners ends up being a step back, so to speak, to where you feel like something's missing, like because you went about it in a certain way. If you would have did it this way, you might feel like you're not lacking anything. And I understand that completely. But you have to start somewhere, right? So this could also be some type of instructions that you're given. This could be some type of idea that starts some type of foundation, but this is a firm foundation. I would rather a foundation be built off starting with a fucking Page of Pentacles than anything else after the Ace or before it, whatever. After the Ace, my bad, because you're actually starting something that's solid. This is like investment, but you're only putting in $5, but you don't know that in 5 years that $5 can be fucking 5 million. You don't know. Or that $5 can become 50,000. That $5 can become 500,000 in 5 years. You wouldn't know. So instead of cutting corners, or this could be anything. This doesn't have to be like that type of investment, but it can be an investment in something. It's like sponsoring people, or sponsoring someone, or being sponsored even. But yeah, it's definitely here. And then not only that, you do have that Four of Pentacles. You can hold on. You can hold back. You can save. You don't have to put in anything. You don't have to choose anything, choose anyone. You don't have to accept breadcrumbs, less, nothing. But you will accept something that is very promising. You will accept something if it's coming to you as the Ace of Pentacles. If it shows up as the Ace of Pentacles and move forward as the Pentacles, from the Page to the Knight to the it has to do something because the King is already here. So it means that whatever this is you already possibly can be a King of Pentacles, but whatever this is, I'm guessing is going to push you in the Emperor. Even if you're a woman, it doesn't matter. So that's what's up. All right, so let's go ahead and I don't know what this is entirely. Oh yeah, I didn't even ask about whatever this beef you squashing, or whatever this bridge that you're crossing with somebody. What's good, Chess? I know it's been a minute. But whatever this common ground whatever this common ground is that you're dealing with when it comes to a person, a mother figure, child's mother, some woman, doesn't have to be. Could be a water sign. I feel like some of you guys are coming to some common ground with the person. It's like you're finally getting out of troubled waters with somebody. It's like having a conversation that is not focused on emotion, although it's coming from a place of from the heart. It's not covered in emotions, meaning that people aren't emotionally responding and whatnot. This is more so of like This is like not emotional reacting, shit like that. This is like actually responding, replying. It is coming from a headspace that's above uh, being in your feelings, because you got to understand it. So whatever this is, we're gonna see. Um, we'll see what's up. What's oh yeah, I can use these. So like I said, some of you guys can have Taurus and Mercury. That can be who I'm talking to. You don't have to. You can have Taurus anywhere. You don't even have to be a Taurus. If the message makes sense, then there's that. What's up with this Queen of Cups? that's dope, because you got the trophy at the bottom of the deck. That's interesting. So that's you kind of coming out. This is like a victory. I mean, not saying that you won, but it's more so of like, this is you kind of coming out on top. Maybe because you were the bigger person in the situation. We gonna see. I was getting something about you being like the driver behind something. Like you're the person. Like yeah. So you were in the driver's seat. So you're the person that steered the Six of Swords. You're the one that got something going. So you had to go to somebody because you can't wait for somebody to come to you. It's like you're being the bigger person in the situation. Whoever this is for. Let me see what's up. Okay, so we got the Five of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles in this situation. We're gonna see what that's about, and that's only for this card. Just because I'm saying like Pentacle this, Pentacle that, it doesn't mean anything, because this is not necessarily a tarot. However, this is, you gotta understand where I'm coming from. Just give me a minute. I think I got something wrong. No, I didn't. Okay. This is how I'm seeing it, because it's making sense to me. Some of you guys probably don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but just hold on. Okay, and then you also got Tree here. I feel like this is a family member, possibly. Somebody, my bad, my eyes are burning. I don't know why. But this could be a family member, possibly. Somebody in your family somewhere. Cousin, uncle, brother, sister, whatever. Second cousin, doesn't matter. And then we also have, let's see. Oh, we got all suits here. We got clubs, we got hearts, we got, well, in this situation, we have water, we have cups, we have wands, we have swords, and we also have, pentacles. We got everybody here. Please don't tell me that's mine. What is that? Okay. Anyways, so this is, oh my god, what is that? I feel like this is like my eyelash, but it's like pissing me off. Whatever. Alright, so we have the Seven of Cups, Five of Cups. I'm not even gonna get that far into it because I don't want to. But I could say this could be a Cancer. This could be a, give me a sec, because I know exactly what the fuck is going on, but it's just like, this could be a Cancer. This could be a, Cancer. Which, yeah, it is, because the Queen of Cups, but it doesn't have to be necessarily Cancer. But this could be a Cancer for some of you guys. We got the Seven of Cups here. We got the Five of Cups here. Five of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. We also got the Seven of Swords, the Two of Swords, the Nine of Swords. We're going to get into this in a minute. And then we also have the Six of Wands, Three of Wands, and the Nine of Wands. Okay. Whatever this situation is about, I feel like you could be steered clear of someone by approaching them, or whatever this is about, whoever this is for, approaching them in a way they may not even understand, because they're not drawn, but their initial energy is water, so they may respond way differently than how you show up. If you understand where I'm coming from, you may show up, since you're the person that's behind this, meaning that you're the person that is kind of stepping to someone or approaching someone. It's like you have to approach in a certain type of way. you're steering clear of certain words, triggers, especially if you know this person. You may know how they can get triggered. What you say matters. Maybe they're a sensitive person, kid or whatever, doesn't matter. Maybe they're a sensitive person. Um, Maybe they take things the wrong way, not necessarily because something's wrong with them, but it could be anything. Or the wrong word or the wrong saying, the wrong sentence, the wrong word, the wrong whatever could easily have somebody flip in a certain type of way. Especially if somebody has been slighted before. This could be somebody who has been lied to, deceived, betrayed, used, abused, whatever. And so they respond differently, or especially if they haven't done the work or they're still in like the stages of doing said work, which a lot of people are working on themselves continuously. So, you know, they get hit with the lesson of say they get hit with the lesson just by you being you. So if they respond a certain way because they're still healing that part of them and they're still working on whatever that is, it's because they still need to work on whatever that is. So that's their lesson. It has nothing to do with you unless you are provoking somebody and it's meant to be provoking. That's a different story. If you're not provoking somebody, you're coming at them very logical, very straightforward, very mind over heart, whatever the case may be. It's not manipulative, it's not being sneaky. It's just for one reason and one reason only, is to move to calmer waters in the situation with a person. And that is fucking it. That is at least the start. It's not necessarily it, but it's like, my whole reason to even step to you is to dead this shit, whatever that means, to end whatever this conflict is, to get past whatever the situation we have with each other is, etc. That is it. So you can be steering clear of someone. Now, I don't know if you absolutely have to, or is back where I was just pretty much saying, where approaching someone in a particular type of way, you may have to know how to approach them. You have to be maybe the communication has to be clear. It has to be something when you approach somebody, or else it can go sideways or left real quick. So I'm not saying that it's, they're just that, like live, like a live wire, but they could. But you can you're in control of something though. You're the one in the Six of Swords in control of something. Now, this could just be you in control of your feelings in a situation. But I feel like this is a situation where you and a person doesn't have to be a water sign, but you and somebody is coming to a common ground, because it's coming from here. Again, it's coming from here, but it's all like in a logical sense. When people care, they approach things differently. When motherfuckers don't care, they either not approach it at all and just be petty, or they'll approach it just like a dick, just so shit can keep going and motherfuckers can keep being mad at each other and keep fighting and arguing and bickering and going back and forth. That's when, that's a different story. But this is not the case. I feel like some of you guys you're smarter than that. First and foremost, you're wiser than that. You know not to fight fire with fire or water with water. Like, you ain't trying to drown a person. But it's like, maybe you are, I don't know. But it's a skill that you know how to use, Taurus, wherever Taurus is at in your chart, or vice versa for whoever this is for. You have a skill that you know how to use because of the lessons learned, so the wisdom that you have, the knowledge that you have to approach something and have like a particular conversation without trigger warnings and motherfuckers feeling like, oh, so you think you better than me? I always like saying that. But you have mastered something, a skill, and I feel like you should use this skill to possibly I wouldn't say burn a bridge. It could be that. I feel like this is more so like closing a gap in a situation where it was once not closed. Remember, it was rocky. It was rocky waters for a long time with the person, for maybe not long. I don't know why I say a long time, but it was rocky waters for a while. And maybe you're just like, I need to be the bigger person, even if you don't have to. Even if you could have easily just been a petty one, or the one that was just like, man, fuck all that, and just let shit just be what it is. It seems like you're kind of like, you know what? Let me just handle whatever this is head on. And it's something that you have mastered, some skills you have mastered, some wisdom that you have came across, or some wisdom that you have learned. That sounds so fucking like ignorant. Just I feel like I don't have the words that you can utilize in the situation. Okay, so now this can also be you might have had to really do some research in regards to whatever this is, because maybe you didn't know what was really going on with this. I'm gonna say Queen of Cups, but it doesn't have to be a water sign. It doesn't have to be a Cancer. Whoever this is, you had to really do some digging to get some information in order to be able to address this how you were about to, or how you already have. I don't know if this is past, present, future. I feel like this is the reason why they got the steering clear of something. So it's like, it's the same as if you know, putting a car in parallel park. It's the same. You gotta look at your surroundings, make sure, you know, all this stuff. Even if you're just backing up, same shit. So I feel like this is like you kind of looking at all the details. Maybe this is very important details when it comes to a person. It's kind of like you get put on a case and you get briefed about whatever the case is, or whoever this person is in this case that you have to, I don't know, event, like what is it called? I want to say avenge so bad, but that's not what it is. That you have to defend or something. So it's like you getting clarity before you just go into something, because you could just easily like go into something when it comes to a person that you like, you know how they used to be. So I don't know if they're the same way, but it's like, you know how they used to be. So you may not want to approach the situation how you used to approach a situation, because you're going to come up with the same results. You need to do your research and know what's going on with the person, what happened, or maybe you need to talk to them, because sometimes all it takes is a motherfucker just to talk to somebody and they'll know a lot, especially if you're not approaching them like you interrogating them. I don't know, somebody, a fucking police officer, a PI, or some type of agent or something. Anyways, but yeah, it's like this can also be a situation where you had to, in order to get to the next level of something with a person, you had to check the fine print, whatever that even fucking means. It's something about doing your research before getting into something, before crossing paths, or before approaching a person. I don't know what this is about, but it's like you definitely need to get, you know, do your research, get more information. But I feel like this can be something where it's bigger than just you. It's bigger than just the situation at hand. This is kind of like how you teach others the way of I don't know. This is kind of how like you teach others to stand on this, to be more up, like a more upstanding citizen of society, by approaching situations like this instead of like that, because you could have been the person that approached situations like that in the past. Shit didn't get much of anywhere. You might even have more fights than anything, maybe even fist fights. So it's like, okay, I'm supposed to take what I know, you know, take what I've learned and apply that, so that the people, kids, your kids, whomever, your nephews, your nieces, whatever, whomever, just even your peers, doesn't matter. They see like, damn, Taurus, that's how Taurus move. This is how you know if you should still hang around certain people or not. Pretty much. Because some people, they feel as if I feel, this is shit that I don't understand. I could be talking the realest shit when I do these readings and I get no fucking support. But then as soon as I start talking some stupid ass shit that don't make any sense to me, because it's stupid, not because I feel like it's stupid, it just is. Because it's like, who the fuck cares about this petty shit? You know, I get mad support, and it's just like that, it just makes no sense. So people fuck with chaos. So I'm actually noticing that people fuck with chaos, which I understand people are going through chaotic times, and shit like that, and chaotic periods. But people fuck with chaos more than they fuck with normal shit. It's like people don't even know what, I'm not gonna say normal shit like that, like but it's like almost as if people don't even know what normal shit is anymore because they're so used to chaos. I get on here and I talk some chaotic shit. Everybody's like, yeah, that's what I'm going through. How? Like, where the fuck is people living at right now? Because I'm not saying I don't go through certain things at certain times, but it's not to the point to where motherfuckers burning up my house and people are just so out to get me that I just don't know what to do. Oh my god, it's like, nah. As soon as I know some shit's going on, I kind of just like nip that shit in the bud, and I know how to move, and that's just it. Not like move, but I know how to, like, as far as my movements is what I'm gonna be doing. Somebody act like that, they doing this, that, and the third, then I just know the. So I'm trying to understand, like, where are these people that they got all this chaotic shit going on in their life? I just don't understand. Whatever. I'm gonna get off of it. I can make so much fucking sense of things when it's like to resolve conflict, and apparently resolving conflict, people don't want to do that shit. They want to keep the chaos going. They want to hear about chaos and keep the chaos going. That's the shit that gets the likes and the comments and the what. I don't give a fuck about any of that. So it's like, how is it that actually coming up with solutions to problems and shit, motherfuckers is like, nah, I can't get down with that. That tells me right now that I am not supposed to be talking to most fucking people or conversating with most fucking people, because they don't even want to be better or do better. They actually want to stay exactly where the fuck they're at and complain the whole fucking time. Okay, got it. So this could be a situation where somebody lied, they might have deceived you, they might have tricked you, they might have done something where you found it to be unacceptable at the time. Whatever the case may be, maybe not, but it could also require you to look deeper into something, for you to look through something with a fine-tooth comb. It's almost as if, you know, you missed something, like the fine print, like, what did I miss? Not literally, it could have been, but what I mean by the fine print, this is like any situation, it's like really magnifying down on something, like, oh, so that's what the fuck it is, that's what it is, this is what's really going on, instead of like it being literally fine print on a document. Now, it definitely can be, because it is here. But it's like it might require you to do your research, do your digging, because any Seven of Swords don't is not the best card, no, especially in certain situations. However, I feel like, excuse me, it could have been worse, or it could be worse. It's kind of like looking at somebody's background check and seeing this, that, and the third on it, but not really knowing what really happened, what really went down, and then judging based off of that shit like that. People who got some records, a small record, a big record, they would know. I can't say somebody who has no record, but someone who has either a small record of not much on it, or people who got a record of all this shit on it. You never know what really is going on or going down. Some people do get convicted of shit they didn't really fucking do. Not all the time, but a good bit of the time. Wrongful crimes, wrongful doing, shit like that. You can have Gemini in your chart. You can be a customer because Gemini has some shit like that. But this was something that was like, maybe you noticed that this is bigger than you. This is not about, oh, what somebody did to you. It's just what somebody is doing in their life that's just that involves people having some of the same issues with a person, or dealings with a person, or why this person seems to be moving this way and that way and a third with everybody, instead of just it only being with you. You have to look, you should be hitting up somebody's, I don't know, uncle, mom, whomever, be like, yo, was such and such, like, you know what, and all that. And somebody who's keeping it real, or whatever, will be like, yeah, I've had the same issue with the person. Is that you cannot tell me that? Well, you can. Sometimes shit like that do happen where it's just that chaotic. But usually, you know, when they say, if a lot of people are saying something, it must be fucking true. That's pretty much the situation. So if mad people are saying, yeah, I had that issue with this person as well, then something must be true. So now it's more so of like, well, instead of me getting mad at the person just because, oh my God, they did the X, Y, and Z to me only, But now it's more so like, okay, instead of approaching them like, you did this to me, you approach them like, okay, I've noticed that you have an issue with a lot of people. What's really going on? And then that's when you can really crack somebody the fuck over, especially with the Queen of Cups. It should be real easy. But yeah, and then you also got the Nana of Swords here too. Wait, am I tripping? No, I'm not. The Nana of Swords is here too. So this is definitely that energy in the beginning. Somebody could be in jail, and it's like, what the fuck happened? Like more so of, or confined or something like that, and it's like, what, why, how, when, like what the fuck. So that can be a situation for somebody, and really looking at somebody's background, their records, how many times they've been submitted, how many times they've been in this and that and the third, and really cracking down on what's really going on, why are they having issues. This is like a kid having issues with, uh, they have an issue with one teacher, but some of the other teachers may not even be reporting that they're having an issue with this kid. Until you look deeper, you're like, oh, so you're having an issue with more than just one teacher. So then you looking at your child like, okay, so what's going on with you? Because sometimes people can constantly say that, oh yeah, it's just the teacher, they just don't like my kid, da, 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 da. Or the kid be like, this teacher, they're just always on me, da, 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 da. Then come to find out, they have, like, every teacher that they with have that issue, but nobody else is addressing it except for one person. So instead of going to your kid and hear what they got to say and then be mad at somebody else because you feel like this one person is picking on your child or whatever the case may be, you come to find out everybody got an issue with your kid. No, so then you got to look at your kid. Okay, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what's going on with you? And then that's when it goes from there. This is an adult though. I don't think this is a kid that we're talking about. Some of you guys, like I said, this is a mother figure, child's mother. It doesn't have to be just something, but water under the bridge more so. After doing some digging, after doing some research and figuring out what's going on with somebody and why, I feel like it makes more sense. So let me plug this in. Come here. I'm almost done. What else am I doing? Some of you guys, this is definitely like a family situation. Plug this in. Alright. So you guys, this is definitely a family situation. But it's like a connection that you have with somebody, a mother or whomever, could get better. I mean, because this is like health, this is like stronger roots, so you and somebody's bond could be stronger or could be getting stronger. I don't know who's who. Because you actually know what's really going on, opposed to just saying, oh, so I got an issue with this person, but then not knowing that this person, the same issue you got with this person, some other people got the same issue too. So now you start looking at the person like, okay, so what's going on with you, so we can get down to the root of something, to the bottom of something, and not be sitting here just pointing fingers and shit and saying, they did this to me and no, they did that to you and some other people. You're not the only person. So, it's not a personal thing. That's pretty much what I'm getting down to. Like, it may not actually really be a personal thing when it comes to a situation you've had with somebody where y'all I don't know what the fuck was going on, but y'all just wasn't on the same page. I wasn't getting along or whatever the case may, whatever it is. But yeah, it's all about having compassion for somebody, because I don't know, maybe they've been going through some tough things and nobody knew about, so they were taking it out on other people, and you just happen to be in the crossfire, and you could have been in the crossfire for a long time. Maybe if this is your mom, you could have been in the crossfire for since you were for years, for a long fucking time, and not knowing what's the issue is. You could even distance yourself from somebody thinking like, they just don't like me, or we just don't get along, or really they don't get along with some other people either, and it has to be something going on with them internally. Like, what's the problem? Like, what's the deal? Capricorn kind of had that energy as well. I'm tasting like peanut butter cookies, whatever that's about, but not the good ones, not like real ones. This tastes like store-bought Publix, or Publix baked, so to speak. Like, not like not even the cookie dough cookies. Like, if you get the cookie dough peanut butter ones, they at least taste slightly better. It's best for you to make your own from scratch. But this is like store-bought peanut butter cookies. I don't know why I'm getting that. I don't like those. They don't taste great. Anyways, but this is kind of like something not really rehashing, but something getting better. Something the connection between you and a mother figure, whatever, is getting healthier due to understanding someone because you did the research of seeing what the fuck was really going on. Doesn't have to be a mother. And so this last part here is about guidance. Okay. This is where that victory shit I've said not too long ago, where I said you win, and isn't it the bottom of the deck? Yeah, this shit right here, the same thing. This is that Six of Wands. This that win. It's not necessarily a win like that. It's more so of like bingo, like checkmate. Now that I know what the fuck going on, I can approach this a certain way, and I can actually like not necessarily win this, but you know I successfully overcame something. That's pretty much it. I successfully overcame something that was rocky for a long fucking time with the person because I actually did the research, I actually looked into it. Some people don't do that. They just automatically, oh, your kid got ADHD, then you need to give him on some medication. They don't really be looking like into shit to really know what's going on. Or whatever, you know, just, or like when doctors say, oh, you just got a rash, and, you know, and come to find out it was fucking skin cancer. And it's just like the shit like that is like I don't understand that shit. You know, it's like whatever. I'm not gonna get into it, but yeah, this is something where you deserve a reward, because I feel like the reward doesn't have to be like monetarily or something that's actual, like, you know, reward. I feel like this reward is more so of like, yeah, this right here, the victory, but there's more so of like standing up to something, some people, showing some people how to do something in a way where leaders do shit. That's that skill that whatever the fuck you mastered, you know how to do this because you took the time to actually, first of all, you took the time to give a fuck, because some people don't. So you took the time to study something and to research something to know better what not to do in situations. It's kind of like when you get trained on how to deal with people who have mental health issues and shit like that. It's for a reason. So there's that. So I feel like this is that guidance. You guiding others by leading by example. Like I said, I don't even know if I said that, but you may not even know. I feel like this could be an emotional loss, possibly, but it's because you have been, either you've been searching for something. It could be because you have been searching for something, maybe in the wrong areas, or maybe like searching in all the wrong places is kind of what I'm getting. I don't know what that's about. But this is also like fate. Like I feel like this was supposed to happen. This was destined to happen. Something was destined to happen for sure. So I feel like this is helping with your spirituality too, because you could have been you could easily be anybody, but you can easily be a person who just walks through life not giving a fuck, not correcting shit, not trying to understand shit, not trying to understand people, their motives, why they do what they do, whatever. You got people who do think like that, do care about things like that, because they are, because they're not a walking fucking nothing. It's people out here who actually pay attention. You got people who don't. Simple as that. You may pay attention to too many things, and somebody remarks it off like, oh, they're just old. It's like, oh, they're just crazy. It's like, that's very fucking dismissive. I can say that if I did my research, did this, did that, and still came up short. Maybe I could say, oh, well, that person, it just has to be this. That person just has to be X, Y, and Z. But if you're not doing the research, you're not doing this. If you're doing the research, you're doing the study, and you see what the possibilities can be, you would broaden your horizons. You would definitely be more like aware, like self-aware even, but aware that some things are wrong, something's off, something is an issue, or something needs to be corrected, something needs to be looked into further, etc. So let's get to it out of here. This could be a friend too, but this could just be a friendship with a loved one, like a family member. Like y'all are actually becoming cool again, or finally getting a situation that's been going on for too long because somebody didn't understand another one person and why they react or why they do X, Y, and Z, etc., etc. I'm tasting Doritos. And another person realizing that somebody is actually, they give a fuck enough to look into something or uh, go deeper into something instead of like interrogating somebody, actually trying to get down to the bottom of a situation so that you get the help that somebody needs, or uh, they can talk to the person they need to talk to, or they can express what they need to express in a safe environment, you know? All right, so we have competition, which, who did I just do? Libra. Competition. Libra came out with competition. And we got balance here too, which is reverse, but whatever. Now, if this is a love situation, like a lover type of situation, this is like you and somebody going to the next level. This is like understanding on a whole new level. And it's because Queen of Cups, like water signs in general, but Queen of Cups can definitely be an emotional manipulator if they need to be or if they want to be at any given time, purposely, you know. But I don't feel that here. I feel like somebody might have thought that maybe somebody would, and this is a different situation, somebody might have thought that somebody was trying to deceive, trying to lie, trying to scheme, trying to bamboozle, whatever the case may be, for whatever, and that might not really been the case. Maybe somebody just really has a lot of feelings, just like the girl off of Mean Girls, where she's just like, you just didn't even go here. You'd be like, did you even go here? No, I just got a lot of feelings like that, which I understand that completely because of the some placements that I have. Anyways, same thing. It's like, you know, a love situation where maybe instead of not antagonizing, maybe instead of attacking someone or coming at someone a certain way, it's like you approach with love and understanding and logic, maybe in softness, maybe even instead of like, or concern, instead of it being like trying to call somebody out and their bullshit all the time. Sometimes that's just not needed because some people, I mean, that's personalities for you. Everybody's different, you know, people got different traits, characteristics, etc., etc. So some people are really highly sensitive and some other people don't understand highly sensitive people. And a person that cries a lot doesn't mean something's wrong with them or they got an imbalance or, oh, you're just too sensitive, you're just too this, that, and the third. Yeah, they can be too sensitive. However, they need somebody that understands that and somebody who's going to nurture that and not necessarily shame them for that, because it makes that person feel like they can't be emotionally expressive to anybody after that. I know what the fuck this is about. I understand this completely. This is kind of like this is how people get self-sabotage their situations and shit, love situations, everything. People who are, you know, easily, very easily. So we got competition here. It says healthy competition is driving you to improve. This can also be, again, because in Libras, I said, is the same thing where you and somebody actually, the healthy competition is you guys bigging each other up, like picking each other up and not putting each other down and shit like that. You know, you see somebody lagging behind, you kind of like, you know that they can do it. You go back and you actually like, you know, you make sure that they continue on at least trying. It doesn't have to be like to that extent, because sometimes you can't take everybody with you, and if they just don't want to try, blah blah blah, I get it. But this is more so of like knowing somebody can do something, knowing somebody can be a good person, knowing somebody can be better, knowing somebody can do this, that, the third, whatever, and actually encouraging the improvement, because people don't need discouragement whenever they're trying to do their best. It's like people get enough of that anyways when they're like kids and shit, when they grew up with parents that was dismissive and didn't give a fuck about them and made them want to hurry up and toughen up. Nah, you can't be no bitch, like you gotta be hard out here in these streets. And then that's how they grow up, and then they end up being in relationships and shit that's just trifling and horrible. It's too much. The cycle is insane, you know. But we got friendship here too, so this can also be like, if this is lovers as friends, here too. This can be family, and y'all are like friends, healthy. This is like healthy family members around you. Not family members that's going to abuse and neglect and abuse their power and authority and try to make you feel all types of ways because you just happen to break up with somebody, and how dare you have feelings for what you just went through. Like, bitch, like, what, are you serious? So I'm supposed to be cold-hearted and shit and not care? It's like, that's authentic though. You find great support. Hold on, did I read all that? Yeah, it provides motivation and leads to personal growth through interactions with others that also help other people too. I mean, that also help you or whomever with other people as well, because if they have a healthy relationship and it's very like it's motivating, it helps them with their personal growth, it's healthy, then they can have healthier, they would want to possibly have healthier relationships and shit with other people, even if it doesn't have to be love, of course. I mean, yeah, maybe, but it can be like family members and shit, and they want to actually, I mean, everybody's an individual, so you can always want to have a healthy relationship with somebody, but if that person just can't get right, then that's just what it is, and you just gotta leave it alone, and that's just it. It is what it is. But if somebody is willing and able and whatever, if they can understand where you're coming from and they give a fuck or whatever, they may actually be like, you know what, this healthy relationship shit is actually pretty decent. So I want to continue this. But anyways, it says you find great support and love in your friendships. The people around you provide warmth and belonging. And there's multiple people here. And this one is 3, and then this one is 2. And they both kind of look the same. So this could be like family, love, friends, all that, in any aspect. This can also be a higher love of self, like you loving yourself more than you have before, because some of you guys might have been real hard on yourself, especially when it comes to loving yourself. That might have been really tough because you could maybe one of the type of people who couldn't stand your shadow side, couldn't stand the parts of you that's hard to change, or you just feel like you cannot change, or you fail at trying to change, whatever the case may be. You can work with your shadow self, or you can work with your dark side. It's like your best side, not the dark side, but you're at your best when you can do those things. We also got balance in reverse, and then we got passion here. So you guys, there's a love situation for sure. It says passion is igniting your relationship, attraction and excitement fuel the connection, bringing vitality and energy. And you got balance in reverse. Your life may feel out of balance with too much focus on one area, causing neglect in others. The neglect in others with the imbalance could just be you showing up. You may have Libra in your chart, dealing with a Libra or whatever. This could be somebody else, where somebody's showing up for a lot of people, but they're not showing up for them. Whatever that may mean. But it could also be where somebody's focusing on just one thing, like to the point where everything else feels like it's being neglected. This could be others feeling like they're being neglected because you're in this bubble with just you and your kids, or just you and your lover, just you and your husband, you and your wife, you and your whatever, you and you just yourself, just you and yourself. That's how I am. I'm probably more so. People would be probably think a lot of shit about me, but it's like I spend so much time with myself. I don't even fucking know when the last time I spent more than 2 days with someone. Other than, well, I can barely even do that with like my mom and shit like that. Like, I could be around, but I'll have my headphones in or something like that, so it's like I'm not there. But when it comes down to, I can do all the other shit by myself. Like, I'm probably too much of a loner, and life path 7s, if they're too much of a loner, it's not the best thing. However, I've gotten so used to it that it's not. Sometimes it can be kind of hard, but most times, no. If I want to talk to somebody, I will, But it's not that deep for me. I don't know. I just don't need it as much as other people, like connections like that. Plus, I don't really fuck with people like that, anyways. Because again, just like we were saying, sometimes you be trying to spread the love and want, a healthy relationship with people, and even if it's just just coexisting with people, whatever. Some people don't want that shit. They're just like, what? That's a thing? Healthy relationships? No, that's not a thing. Motherfuckers can't be healthy. Everything gotta be chaotic and fucking insane and crazy, and motherfuckers gotta be spitting on each other and poisoning each other's food, and it's like, how is that normal? I can see why and how. I just be, I ask questions that's rhetorical. I know what the fuck going on. You just have to question why. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, so, yeah, I feel like some of you guys, the more you are passionate about something, I feel like the more you're bringing in this type of like energy of people who are like also passionate about something, or it's making them feel like, ooh, now I want to be passionate about the things I'm passionate about because this person's passionate about what they're passionate about, whatever the fuck that means. Anyways, it's been real. I know I did a lot of talking. I apologize, but not really, because people need to hear it. Even myself sometimes. Not well. I can't say sometimes. A good bit of times, because it'd be some real shit being talked about that it can help me improve on certain things as well. So it's been a real Taurus. I don't know where Taurus is at in your chart, but hopefully somebody got something out of that. Again, this could be you or vice versa, meaning this is like somebody needs to approach you this type of way, and you got these, I'm not saying issues like it's bad, but you have these things that needs to be addressed, and somebody needs to approach you a certain way because you're highly sensitive and da 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 blah blah blah, all that. So I don't know entirely. I'm just saying, you know your situation more than I do. But it's been real, and I'm going to go ahead and move on to whoever's next. See you on the flip.